What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with episode 26 of Freezer to Fallout, our attempts to make the Commonwealth not such a horrible place after the apocalypse. So I have a plan for this one. We're really starting to get down to brass tacks when it comes to what we're doing. Pretty soon, we're going to be at odds with that giant Zeppelin off in the background, the Institute, just somewhere over there. And even the railroad's not going to like us too much. We're really getting set up. But you notice, all around me here, the castle. It's kind of in a state of disrepair. And we're going to need to do a lot to build it up and get it ready for what's inevitably going to come down the pipe. To that end, this time we're going to go out and we're going to search a bunch of the local places to gather up as many supplies, resources, crafting components, and all manner of junk and detritus that we can to make this place a fortress. So, to that end, if we go into our map, we've got the Gwinnett Restaurant, the Gwinnett Brewery, General Atomics Factory, and there's also more places in here that we have yet to explore that we're going to do. I really want to start pushing towards getting on with the end game, and it's been a bit of a pill to try and get it done. We've been doing a lot of the side quests and all that sort of stuff. It's time that we started building up the castle. So to that end, we're going to go and we're going to try and find a lot of resources to do it this week. We may have to continue this next week as well. So, not exactly the tip-top most exciting stuff that we're going to do. But it will all lead to some exciting confrontations not too long from now. So a little update too for the channel and everything. I know I was talking about maybe scrapping the Wednesday videos and moving away from them. However, Agnew, both a member of the 232 and an incredible friend, he's been backing me up in a lot of the things that I've been trying to do. He wants to do a Baldur's Gate playthrough. So we're probably going to get down and try to do that. I mean, Agnew, he has basically been giving up his free time in Warframe and other games. You guys have seen him on the Wednesday one-offs more than once. He really wants to sit down and play through that series, so we're probably going to end up doing that too, and it might be a Wednesday sort of thing. It'll be a little bit more consistent than the random videos and stuff that we've been doing. Not a bad idea, and not something I regret at all. Just a little hard to codify and do over time. And there's some super mutants in there that we're going to have to take care of. They don't seem to want to stand near the door, so we'll go around. So I'm probably going to be hanging out with Dave for all of that and getting it all set up. I mean, the guy has been an absolute baller when it comes to helping me out with everything. Takes a lot of extra work to set up videos and everything. I'm really enjoying it. It does take a lot of time and effort. And Agnew is one of the guys that's been sitting there going, yeah, dude, whatever you need, I'll help you out. So the fact that he's asked, hey, can we maybe do this? Yeah. I mean, I'm all about community, all about it. Like, the whole point of the 232 in general is to be part of a community. Geeks and gamers coming together, sharing a hobby. Doesn't matter what we play, as long as we're all gaming, it's tons of fun. So if he wants to do that, yeah, I'm down. So we'll probably set those up on Wednesdays. I am still going to be going to a live stream as often as tenuously possible for Warframe, because I'm still in love with it. But it would give me some direction and something to generally do for our Wednesday stuff. Then we don't lose a day. It's part of why I was having so many issues with it. It was finding something to do that was different and not entirely screwed up. There are a ton of super mutants shooting at me all of a sudden. I just don't know where they're shooting at me from. I think we do have a level that we can add to ourselves right now, but I don't think we can do it while we're in combat. It's a little bit of a bad situation. So we're probably going to end up doing that. And again, I'm completely alright with that. It's something that I do love. I've invested more time into the Baldur's Gate series than I really want to admit. Considering even before I had the Enhanced Edition, I was going through the process to get it running on a more modern system.
No more games! Time to die!
Was that you?
It's a really great series, and if you have not played it yet, fix this. Fix it now. Because it is so much fun. I can't even... Like, I got no words. Oh, I gotta love hacking. I'm actually really terrible at it. Something you gotta do in this game a lot. Half the time I can't find the little code break segments. I reset all of our duds. Now, Dark gave us a likeness of 2. Work? There we go. And that actually did us no good. Didn't allow us to open the door or anything. Sounds like Piper's having some fun without us. Did you find a friend, Piper? Would not surprise me if you did. Sorry, I had a itch on the side of my face that was just driving me batty, and I didn't really feel like letting it sit there and annoy me while I was doing this.
Got it.
That's never a good sign. Antifreeze bottle we definitely want to take, since we're looking for a bunch of stuff to help us build.
Yeah, human. I got a treat for you.
It's saying I'm like right on top of you there, big boy. Not exactly seeing him. He's got to be in a side room inside this big chamber here. Has to be.
Someone needs to drain this place in a serious way.
And that's a legendary Mirelurk Killclaw.
Get this over with, shall we? Come to that.
Doesn't hurt for as far as melee weapons go.
Ooh, come on. Let me carry something before you cripple yourself.
Yo.
Sure, take a peek.
Alright, well if you want to carry something, Piper, we will give you some mines. Some other stuff too. This is why I miss the power armor builds. Because you have so much strength when it comes to power armor. Aluminum, of course, being one of the things that we're going to need a lot of. Wonder glue is great to find. We're going to be building a lot of basic stuff over at the castle, so don't need too many of the advanced things. Random vodka bottle. It's weird that they have Radaway in here. That makes getting out of here real easy. So that's the restaurant done. With that password, it did say the Gwinnett Brewery password. Now I'm hearing a random Mire lurk below us. We're not going to worry about it too much. We're going to go back outside. So look at all these little places that we have yet to discover. Alright, teeth aren't exactly a big seller when it comes to finding stuff around here. There's a police station over there. I don't really want to go into the main brewery. Wouldn't be a lot of stuff that we could use in general, I don't think. So I'm making the call, we're going to go find something else to loot. South Boston Police Department. Cop shops are always good to go in. So let's see if we can find something decent here. Just like that, we have an alarm clock. An expert terminal we can't really hack yet. Hot plates, telephones. See if there's a holotape in here. Doesn't look like there is. And I keep hitting escape. Still not getting back to the key combos. Now, did we level up? We did. We could grab another point of intelligence, but that would just make it so that we gain experience faster. Nerd Rage is not really that great of a skill. In fact, Nuclear Physicist, if you're going with a power armor build, is one of the things that you want. What we can do, though, is we want to get Inspirational eventually. We do have Local Leader, which helps a ton. We can't really we can upgrade our Rifleman perk. And that's what we're going to do. That kind of settles all of those arguments right then and there. Getting up to the section where we can upgrade all of our damage skills. I am not hating that in the slightest. Cannot hack that terminal. We haven't really focused on our hacking or lockpick skills too much. Wonder if Buddy Dog over there is gonna come find us. Basically, anything with adhesive right now is kind of vital. Ceramic doesn't hurt either. So coffee cups, coffee mugs, Wonder Glue, that sort of stuff is going to be definitely important. Weird, there's a random raider just dead on a mattress in here, but okay. We'll give Piper a bunch of our junk here in a second. Bobby pin box. Nothing we can really do with that. So Piper, we are going to give you a bunch of our junk. Then we will probably hit up another couple of places and then head back to the castle and start getting... Oh, that was a rad roach somewhere in there.
Blue, there you are.
A legendary rad roach.
Normal for other journalists.
I don't even want to know how it had an entire Raider's armor piece on it. Doesn't really make sense. Rat poison's really good if you are on survival mode. Very, very, very good. Got an Eddie Winter holotape too. Now, most of the people who are watching probably know this, but the Eddie Winter, I swear I can talk. The Eddie Winter holotapes are part of Nick Valentine's big quest, or at least one of them. I don't know if we're going to get to that in this playthrough or not. Maybe we will. Might spend a few episodes after we've completed everything majorly, because Piper's our main girl. And go through with a bunch of the other characters. Some of them don't like siding with the Minutemen, some of them do. There's all that sort of stuff. But it's part of Nick's liquid nitrogen. Why? Sometimes logic does not happen in video games. It's part of Valentine's story, and it works out fairly well. It's part of his big quest, his big turnaround, all that sort of stuff. Now, there's a garage over here somewhere. I can see I'm trying to follow into it on the map. Apparently we've been spotted by someone. Looks like this place has been built up. I think we've been through here before. Maybe I'm just thinking about solo playthroughs. Oh, come on, just die, legendary gunner raider. Person with a star next to your name. Just go down and stay down. That should be good for at least a little bit of cool stuff. I mean, we just killed a legendary, so you never know. Now, normally on junk runs and everything, I'd be wanting to walk around with power armor and the companion, like, strong dog meat, or one of the other guys that has a really, really high strength score. Dance is good for this, too, because he always wears power armor. And they can help carry the extra stuff. But we haven't really delved into them just yet, so there's that. But I won't turn down 45 rounds. Okay, a frigid pole hook. Nothing really good otherwise. There is a basement to this place. You can go down the stairs and go in, but we're not headed in there just yet. Just trying to gather up as many of the basics as we can. We can start building some cool stuff at the castle and get ourselves fortified a little bit. Maybe attract a few more Minutemen to it, because we're going to need the firepower. And then eventually we're going to go wander the Commonwealth looking for specifically combat armor to equip all our Minutemen with, if we run into any downtrodden or dead Minutemen. It's Rust Devil, so where's the rest of his teammates and his robots? 'Cause that's kind of what they do. That's their thing. Where did I even kill him at?
What a waste.
That didn't hurt. Well, there's his pipe pistol. Where'd I kill the Rust Devil, though? It's kind of weird. Magic disappearing body, unless I just missed it. And let's face it, that's happened on more than one occasion. Piper, I'm overloaded again. Oh, he's in the bushes. That would explain it. Yeah, you're not gonna hurt Piper. She's our girl. We aren't gonna put up with that. It's gonna be a bit of a process. The Mr. Handy Buzzblade is actually a fairly decent melee weapon when you get down to it. I like it anyway. Though I very rarely do melee characters, and I know that there's a Power Fist and a Buzzsaw Blade Hand thing. I think it drops from Swan. I think that's the weapon I kept going on about when we were talking about Swan. That's far better. Much, much better. But again, I don't play melee characters that much, so take that for what you will. A lot of scavenging that we could do. This looks like an amphitheater of sorts. A bunch of chairs and benches. And this is University Point. There's actually a special laser rifle in there, if I remember correctly, but I don't want to go in there just yet because there's some things in there that don't like us, and I'm not really confident I could drop them. Considering that Rust Devils, Raiders, and other things have been shooting us and hurting us on a consistent basis. Looks like there's a junkyard over here, or an auto wreckers. Also a military base. Now, military checkpoints you always want to raid. Always.
If you are in distress, please proceed to the South Boston military checkpoint for aid. Coordinates are available in your emergency handbook.
Now, do I have grenades equipped?
This checkpoint has been designated as a safe house in case of enemy invasion, and is currently stocked with additional food, water, and ammunition.
I thought I heard a missile take off.
Military personnel only. Citizens, including non-military family members, will be turned away from matters of national safety. This message will repeat.
You know, guns and bullets. Ballistic weapons do 5% more crit damage. Military checkpoints are definitely worth going into, though.
This is an emergency message to all Commonwealth Army soldiers. Emergency protocols 17 Echo Charlie Niner are in effect.
Aside from the military grade stuff you can find,
Proceed to the South Boston military checkpoint for aid. Coordinates are available in your emergency handbook.
there is a lot of stuff in here.
Checkpoint has been designated.
Current orders and log entries. If you come back at this point, or you're interested in a lot of really, really bad backstory that explains a lot during the actual falling of the bombs, come to this checkpoint. And remember there being a way to turn that speaker off. There's a wall safe right there. I don't know if we can hack it. No, it is a master lock. So can't do much about it right now. But these places are usually good to come in and pick up some resources. In fact, the gunners were here didn't hurt too much. Piper, are you shooting at the Brotherhood?
Emergency protocols 17 Echo Charlie Niner are in effect.
So I really hope you're not shooting at the Brotherhood. We can't afford power armor people dropping on us right now.
Please proceed to the South Boston military checkpoint for aid.
Piper, you better not have got us in trouble with the Brotherhood. I'm not up to fighting them just yet. We've explored that way a little bit. Okay, did Piper seriously just shoot down a vertibird with a 10mm pistol? I'm not even mad. That's kind of impressive. But I did hear a rocket come from over here. Super mutants. This is one of the places where they build up, and you usually get a few of the really big ones. That house especially.
What was that?
Not seeing anything. There's a mutant hound there. That. Thank you for VATS.
Hey, something's out there. You think we're safe now?
Piper, we are essentially in a war zone. We're never safe. And boom.
What was that? We're not alone here.
Oh, that is a rocket launcher. I'm hoping that was his last rocket. Whew. So that's where the rocket sounds were coming from.
Our hands anyway.
And thankfully that was his last rocket. Whew. So let's go in and see if we can find some nice toys and stuff. There's a lot of dead bodies in here. Well, it's a little ghoulish to come in and steal from the dead.
Hey.
Sorry, Piper, we gotta give you a bunch more crap. Well, it's a little bit ghoulish to steal from the dead. It's not a bad thing when you're trying to turn it all into something that keeps people alive. At least that's the justification I'm going with, so we'll go with that.
Sweet.
Of course, Piper likes it whenever you pick a lock or be nice to people, so
That's it.
there's another super mutant running around, so let's see if we can find him. Hopefully he's not armed with another rocket launcher, because there's nothing that wakes you up more than realizing, oh crap, he's got a gun that can kill me from here. Apparently my lockpicking skills have gone to absolute hell.
Yes.
Hey, something's found them and they do not look friendly. What was that? Hey!
That's a minigun. Oh. That's a super mutant master with a minigun. Hopefully he can still shoot at us from here, and we can just sit here where his bullets occasionally nick us. And we can't let you go get that minigun, so we're gonna two-shot you.
Hey, something's out there. Must be imagining things.
Can't tell where he actually is in all this, and there's not a whole lot of punch through on this weapon, so... Punch through? I have been playing way too much Warframe.
Bad idea. Only held your own there, Will. We got mutants, and they look mad. Of course, they always look mad.
That was a plasma grenade, thanks Piper. Should really stop giving my teammates or whatever grenades. Never seems to work out well.
Unstoppable!
Oh, you're unstoppable, are ya? Yeah, how'd that work out for you? Not seeing any more red blips. So let's take a little bit of a risk. Still in danger for some reason.
What you got me?
Sniper rifles are kind of hit or miss. I do like picking them up whenever I can because of the amount of resources you can get out of them.
What was that? Here's trouble. That was better than expected.
We're gonna need to pick up some more 50 cal. Alright. Down into the junkyard. And we know there's at least one minigun around here. Might not hurt to have a Minuteman set up with a minigun. We're looking for more of the rare-ish resources. I'd rather not have 38 caliber weapons on the Minutemen that we have defending the castle, because that would be underwhelming for any enemy that's trying to take it over. So that's what we got to do in the end. That's what we got to do. I'm not too worried. Gotta love this game. Even after how long I've been playing it and everything, my heart is pounding right now because of that fight. Just suddenly super mutants with missile launchers and miniguns. And I'm all of a sudden on edge, because damn, that was a lot of firepower. Do have to find where that super mutant was that was using the minigun. I think he was over here and up this particular set of stairs. We'll soon find out. I'm actually a little bit jittery. High-speed shredding minigun. Wow, he actually had something really deadly to us. We got lucky. There's a mini nuke. And a Tales of a Junktown jerky vendor.
That one worth reading?
Better buying prices. Yes, it was definitely worth reading. Weeding? I swear, I can English. I can totally English. Piper. Let's let you have some fun. Oh, you can't carry it. It's too heavy. do what we can, try and lighten ourselves up a little bit. It's not a whole lot we can do, though. Probably going to have to use the little trick. Because we do have a fair amount of alcohol. Would not advise this in real life, though, ladies and gentlemen. Alcohol making you stronger, it also makes poor life decisions. Moderation in all things, of course. Looks like the scavengers, raiders, and everything that were here to begin with found out the hard way that super mutants wanted this place. We are starting to get towards nighttime. Not necessarily a bad thing, but not a good thing either. I'm okay with them having shotgun shells on them. We've been low on those for a long time. Starting to run low on some other essential supplies too. And we can't unlock that. I wonder if this terminal will allow us to open it. Seal all the cracks I can find. In the trailer, make sure all the pipes are clamped shut. So let me make sure. That's a lot of backstory stuff. In the tipped over train behind Dad's shop, climb up above and drop in the top. Okay, in the tipped over train behind Dad's shop. So where is Dad's shop then? I actually hadn't read that before. I maybe should have when I came through. I always come through this junkyard at least once. So it's not like I'm a newcomer to this particular area. And the tipped over train behind Dad's shop. Well, this would be the shop. Wouldn't it? I think it would be. This would be the shop, so behind it. Wonder if we can get a better view by going up here. It's where we came in to fight the super mutants. And the tipped over train behind Dad's shop. Would that not be it right there? Because these are all just regular box cars. Which does not help. That's a bus. And we gotta climb up to it. So in the tipped over train, looks like the tipped over train behind Dad's shop. Climb up to the top and drop in. This trapdoor is sealed shut. Well, there's a bunch of wires here. Where do they go? Curiouser and curiouser. If we follow the wire back, we might find out where the terminal that opens it is. Maybe? Seriously, I've never stumbled upon this before. And while we've got the booze in our system, we might actually have to take another psycho buff, which we've become addicted to. Because that gives us a heck of a lot more strength.
Bring it.
Okay.
It is rank in here.
Well, I had never actually found this before. See? Even after all the time and everything that I've invested into such... There's a railway rifle. Ham radio. All the time I've invested in this game. sister sleeping, maybe? 10mm pistol. We don't really want to take that. It's not worth very much. Light bulbs are good for copper. Wow. Just goes to show you. Now, my survival playthrough, I'm probably going to come in here specifically because this is probably a safe place to store some stuff. If there's a container that doesn't reset in here. And it's a good place to come in for a little bit of a sleep, which means a save. Big John's safe key. Okay, so this itself is just a lead up. So that master lock safe inside this house should be opened by this key then. Right here. Gamma rounds, pre-war money, shotgun shells. Well, not the greatest loot in the world, but definitely a secret I had not stumbled upon before. And while we have the chance, though, we are overburdened in the extreme. And like I said, we just had these 3 places discovered, and we started walking out, and look how much there is in this world, man. Let's go back to the castle. Of course, Psycho Buff is worn off. Lost a bunch of the communication signals because we're coming in. You know what, Piper? Since you're right here, let's take all the stuff off you that we didn't want you to have in the meantime. So we're going to be dumping a lot of it into our action here, and then we'll be doing some small minor setup. It's not exactly the full settlement building video that I want to do, which I've been talking about forever.
You look like you're about ready to topple over.
But it'll be a small start. So we can set it up so we have a few more resources available to us and the ability to have a little bit of fun. We can also find a Minuteman here and give him a minigun. Just like that, we are only 9 pounds overweight. See what happens when you go and put a bunch of stuff back into your storage. My brain is not catching up with my mouth today, apparently. I don't know why. I got way more sleep than I needed to last night. Way more. It is what it is, though. Nothing really we can do there. So we still have the minigun and a bunch of ammunition. This is one of our Minutemen.
I want to trade a few things.
Yeah, your 45 and your submachine gun, we're going to take that off of you. And we're going to give you a high-speed shredding minigun. And one 5mm round. And we're going to tell you to equip it.
I hope you're finding the broadcast useful.
Well, we definitely are, man. So the big thing is there's a few spawn points around each settlement. There is a mod that will show them to you, but I've always considered that a little bit cheating. My big deal is I want this place to be like a military installation. Love to disassemble those. I don't know if I can. Oh, they're actually just straight up turrets and stuff that I can either scrap or move. So I can move those turrets out if I have enough power. But speaking of that, we have 4 food, 4 people, more water than we're ever going to need, a lot of power, a little bit of defense, and some extra beds. So to start with, we are going to be trying to build this place up as our main supply source, our main base. So let's go in over to where we have our single corn stock. See if we can add in a couple of more. I like the idea of our food being well defended behind the walls of the castle. This is part of the reason why I kind of delayed doing any sort of settlement building, because sometimes it's hard to place things. Of course, we do have like our melon plants and all that spread through here, a couple of mute fruits. Speaking of mute fruits, we should have picked up a couple. So we'll add in a couple more of them. And a few tato plants. Can't put them there, but that's fine. Well, a tato plant, which means we have room for one more half food resource. So put some razor grain in. It all helps out in the end. So we do only have 4 people here. One of them's working on food, but now we're going to start getting more people in because we have the food to support them, and we're going to have the water to support them for ages. Straight up ages. And since everything is powered nice and neatly, that'll work out. This is kind of the kitchen and bathroom. You know what, we'll leave this as the commissary. Another power gen there. Got a bed and a foot locker. Doesn't hurt, but where are most of our people sleeping? This room just looks like a command outpost that will build up eventually. I'll do the aesthetic stuff later on. But in all honesty, I want to make it so that we have enough room for a fair amount of soldiers. So furniture and beds. I have always liked these ones because they look the most military out of them. When I'm playing Brotherhood of Steel, it makes sense. Because I want to make a military outpost. So we're going to set up a couple of them in here. Not going to be exactly level, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. So there's a couple extra beds, even though that one's a little floaty, which will allow us to have up to 7 people happily in here. We do have a chemistry workstation, so we've got lots of stuff on that front. And everything inside here is lit up. And that is a missile. And we'll store that. Put another couple of beds in there at some point in the future, but I don't want to build up too quickly. Of course, we have this as one of the barracks rooms. That leads up to the ramparts. Just look out. So the spawn points are generally by the door and the broken wall, if I remember. I generally don't use the mod. I don't really like to. But what I do like doing is making it so that it's not just like a built-up fortress and all this sort of stuff that has no aesthetic taste. So when you come in, you first get to your food, you see Radio Freedom, all that sort of stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sit a power generator, medium or large. I'd love to toss in a fusion generator, but it requires Science 4. And it would probably power this entire building. We're going to build another large generator. And we're going to sit it here with the rest of the generator type stuff. We're going to connect that into the network. And it's going to be great. The other thing we're going to do is under miscellaneous, I believe. Is it miscellaneous or is it conduits? It's one of these. There we go. It's switches, and we're going to use the large pylon. We're going to go up to the top here. We're going to put a power pylon right there. And then we're going to see if we can run that all the way to the generator, which we cannot. So instead, we will add a second large power pylon right here. We'll connect this one to the generator. Connect it to its friend up top there. which will allow us to put some turrets up top overlooking the gate, because I think the gate is one of the spawn points. So when it comes to fast travel inside the game, this obviously being one of the attack menus, walls are kind of pointless. In fact, they're almost entirely pointless. You fast travel to a point, and the enemies will be beyond the walls before anything else. So instead, we're not going to really worry about that. Can we build a missile turret? We can build a missile turret. We're going to set that up right about there. We're going to build another one probably about here, facing down towards the road, because that is one of the areas where they will assault from. Then we'll go back to our power, and we'll put a small connector right on top of here. So we'll connect that to our missile turret. We'll connect that. Well, I was going to connect it to the pylon, but apparently we don't have the distance, so we're just going to build a second small connector. I haven't planned this part out. Fully admit that. And then we'll connect that one to there. So we have a couple of missile turrets looking over them now. But in addition to that, that's going to take care of some of the heavier stuff that comes in. But we're also going to put a heavy machine gun turret there and there to kind of keep it equal. And where is the spotlight? Is it under traps? Might not be under traps. I swear it's under turrets. Heavy laser spotlight. There we go. We're going to put a spotlight right about there and connect it into the network as well. So now we have defenses overlooking this. The other one, I believe, is from one of these two sides here. But we can't really do much for them yet, and we still only have 4 people. What I'm going to do is, we have a guard post down there, which doesn't hurt. But to plug the gap a little bit, I'm going to use a guard post there and call that done. We're going to set up some turrets and other things there. This is just some basic stuff. As people start coming in, we'll be able to build it up a little bit better. And these act kind of as walls too. Can't really go through them. So the idea is we want to get a turret set up somewhere in the center here, probably on top of Radio Freedom. If I can figure out a way to get up there, probably just put a staircase in, walk up top, put a heavy machine gun turret facing all directions, and that'll do it. Won't be too bad. And once we get more people in here, we can set up more shops and everything that we're going to need. But the big thing, this place does not have a recruitment beacon, does it? Does not look like it does. So what we're going to do is go into, is it in power? I think it's in power, and then miscellaneous, a recruitment beacon. And we will put that right next to Radio Freedom and connect that to the power network. And now Radio Freedom is broadcasting to the Commonwealth that we are indeed starting to recruit here. But I know it was a little bit of a slower episode, guys. Just running around until the end there when we got shot at by a missile launcher and a minigun by a lot of super mutants. There's a lot of M words in there, which is pretty awesome. But if you did like the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, our own little community, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video comes out. And remember guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.